G'day team, welcome to another awesome podcast at the Martial Arts Business Success. My name's Phil Britton.
And I'm Graham McDonald.
And we're coming at you with another fantastic podcast giving you great tips, tools, strategies and advice on how you can build and grow your school. And today's podcast topic, we're talking about culture, creating a strong culture within your business. So Graham, what have you got?
Well, what is culture, Phil? You know, there's going to be a few guys listening that are just going to be thinking, well, no, it doesn't really make sense. What do you do? It's your values, what you stand for, the image of your business, you as the owner, what you like to have as your, I guess, how your staff operate. And if you're just a one-man band, what do you stand for? And I guess, look, something that we've really identified with us is, how we like to treat our guys. And again, the saying, when the boss is away, the mice will play, or in this sort of cases, if you are looking to step away from your business, you want to make sure that your team operate at the same level of professionalism when you're there to when you're not there. So what we've done is to really kind of break it down into a few little parts first and foremost. So what we've done is, we have a mission statement, a vision statement, and we even have some values that we go with. Now, as you start to evolve in your company, your business and whatnot, it's really just getting clarity. Clarity is a really important thing on having that sort of clear vision, that clear mission, and again, what you really want your guys to treat each other like. So we have a bunch of different things there, but Phil, I'm going to throw to you on some of our value system, what we stand for.
Yeah, look, I think I just want to mention before we go to values is that the culture is the environment that you're in, and what you need a good culture for is not just for the growth of your business and for your staff, it's also your culture is how we will hire people for our company. It's also how we fire people as well, on our mission, vision, values, on not upholding these particular things. And I guess what you want to try and do is what would be the difference between, I think we've said this before, like two restaurants side by side. And one is quiet and one is just humming, the atmosphere is there, staff are running around, it's got a buzz about it. Like, what's the difference? And it's that culture, it's how the staff have been trained, it's the level of ability and service that they've been taught. So that as soon as, like, for example, a new member of staff come into that environment, they got no choice but to fall in line. Do you know what I mean? It's like power of association. It's like, whereas if a new staff member came in the quiet restaurant and everyone's twiddling their thumbs, they're on their phones, well, they're just going to start doing that. So culture is very important if you want to grow your business. But most importantly, don't just think of your culture as, I'll do it when I've got staff. It's important that you start with your culture first. When you're starting doing your business plan, like we have in our online content area, in our membership area, the business plan, it helps you with building your culture in your school at an early stage if you're starting out. Or if you're like us, when we were 4 or 5 years in the business, that's when we actually relaunched our new culture. So, and I'll just point out as well that a lot of people go, oh, here we go, values, or here we go, mission statements. It's got to be done in the right way. Some big corporations will have mission statements and vision statements, and get once a month they might read it out as a speech, and then that's it. Or once a year they bring it to the table. Culture and how you uphold that has to be an integration weekly.
Couldn't agree more. Something that we really encourage our guys to do is to be a good finder, and that isn't an instruction or an instructed tip. About being a good finder every single day in the business. And a lot of the time there are businesses out there, and we're not just talking about martial arts schools, where other staff just pick on each other. They just try and find, Phil had 10 more minutes of lunch break than me, this, that, the other. And it's kind of like, wow, geez, you end up just eroding that enjoyment. So what you got to look at is, instead of looking for the negatives, get them looking for the positives, what they did really, really well. Again, we have 6 different sort of values that are all around our office in our sort of main hub. And what it does, it just reminds the staff on a continual basis to be looking for that. So one of them I'm going to sort of just shout out you is supportive team. And really what that is summarized and distilled down is, we've got your back. No matter what, we'll step up to the plate, help you out when things may be tough. And you'd probably agree that we all have good days and we all have bad days. And geez, if you know that your teammates are there to help you out no matter what, that's an amazing thing. And I know that with us, we have a thing called a praise card. And guys, look, check it out on the online stuff, guys, in our members area. It's in there. It'll show you. It talks all about that in there, so you can actually have a pretty good look. But from there, what it does is, we basically get our guys to fill out these cards, and with the 6 values, tick maybe one of the things that they see, maybe a couple of the things that they see staff doing well, and write down the reason for it. So for example, I'm going to throw it at Phil. I would go, right, supportive team and wow factor. Geez, Phil, I saw you step up the other day and really help out in that kid in that class. It was amazing to see. I was really impressed. Whatever that may be. And then what I would do is anonymously, and this is the fun part, anonymously put it somewhere that Phil's going to pick up on it a little bit later in the day. For example, chuck it on his keyboard or put it with his wallet or whatnot. So when Phil finishes class or finishes a task, he can come back to it, read it, and just think, wow, geez, that was awesome. I did something good. I didn't do it for the sake of getting a card, but it was noticed, and that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I can't stress enough how that builds a strong culture and being a good finder, rather than, like Graham said, is like nitpicking at certain staff members, or even top down but down up as well. There's nothing better than go, these are the 6 things we're focusing on looking at, like our values. And wow factor, supportive team, income earning activities, Kaizen, constant never ending improvement. There's a few others there, but it's about using the same skills that we use as martial artists. Now, if you don't have these skills, you need to learn them. As if you're walking around like a super sensei saying, guard up, back heel up, slower stance, this and that, telling them what they're doing wrong too much, then that's not what the type of environment or culture you want to your students, your clients, but it's also the same as you want for your staff. You want to be going, awesome work, well done with your guard. If you just lift your heel up, that's going to be 10 times better. Go show me. So, we do that feedback sandwich or the correct praise technique we've mentioned before, but then make sure that they're really, really walking away from that experience with the instructor. It's a good experience, that they've picked up something good, and then also improve something that needs improving, and then also repeat that something is good again.
Guys, what I'm going to do now is, rather than just talk about our values, I'm going to sort of explain how it's really affected our clients and really affected how we operate as a business. And I know we talk a lot about supporting each other, but more so championing each other. So being that person behind them that is that third-party praise. So for example, we have a lot of our team that will, be in a class, the instructors will be doing it, and they'll be cruising around, maybe chatting to parents. So the instructor's taking the class, and other instructors are cruising around, and they'll talk about how good the other instructor is, how great it is, how dynamic they are as a person. And geez, what it does, it really just changes the energy. Plus, when you have a new person walk into your school and they see the energy that the team has together, man, it's addictive. They really do want to stick around. And it makes a major difference in the fact that when you've got your team working hard, you've got a great culture behind the scenes, it really resonates front of house, which is really what it's all about.
Something that we do and try to do is if you have staff meetings, I would say every business needs to have staff meetings. We have a lot because we have a lot of staff, and we have different levels. So our branch managers have meetings with their lower staff. We have staff with our managers, so manager staffs, and then we have other meetings that we do as well. But something that really worked well, I remember when we would in staff meetings with our lower instructors, and is pattern interrupts. You should, again, these are the things you do in class to engagement from your students. Why aren't you doing it with your staff? So for example, I don't know if you've ever been in one of those meetings which is just like really hard to deal with, the morale's down, we're just going through stats, it's very sort of theory based, and you can just tell the vibe of the meeting's just not great. So it's like, right, bang, pattern interrupt, stand up, let's go. Game of sevens, or down on the dojo floor, get the hacky sacky, frisbee, let's play dodgeball, let's throw the ball, whatever it is to get the snap out of that morale of that meeting. Yep. And it's just 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, get up, bang, and then back in the meeting. And let me tell you, the difference, the way that meeting then is carried on and finishes on, what a high. And then in saying that, is when you end a meeting, don't just end the meeting on, okay guys, get back to work. You've got to end it in a way that's fun, whether it's all hands in and team raise or high fives, or maybe going around the group saying, what did you like about today's meeting, or something amazing that happened in their life or in floor. You just got to make sure that the culture of your business, not just front of house, but the back of house, is one that your instructors want to live in. It's a lifestyle.
Look, I was just smiling to myself, thinking about the enjoyment we had, and if you guys were a fly on the wall, watching our entire team, and sometimes we have 15 of the guys in a meeting playing hacky sack on the dojo floor for 5 minutes. Man, it's like, just people would walk in and think, man, were you guys being serious? But that change of pace, that little bit of pattern interrupt makes a major difference in how you operate. And I know that that's just one thing from a meeting, but we do a lot of team building activities with our guys that are completely separate to their normal workday. We've done archery with them, we've done go-karting, we've done food challenges, this, that, and the other, because we are really big on making sure our guys support each other. And with 3 different locations, what can happen is you become very siloed. That is that dojo versus that dojo versus that dojo. Even though they're the same company, it's really important for the guys to communicate, get together, because they don't get to spend every single waking moment of the day together when they're at separate locations. So team building is vitally important on just, again, building that great culture, that connection, that relationship. And if you've got that going on, you'll have a strong team right to the end.
Look, I just want to finish with, if you've got an amazing culture in your business, then your staff are going to want to come to work. And when your staff are in that mindset of, I can't wait for Monday, or rather than going, oh, Monday work, so they can't wait to come to work, they can't wait to train, they can't wait to go to meetings, they can't wait to be in the team environment, that's a good culture. And then that rolls on into your classroom, it rolls in on the external, and then people walk in your school and go, wow, there's just something about your business. And it comes down to your culture. So gang, I hope you've enjoyed today's podcast with some really great strategies about building a great culture within your business, the back end, and then that flowing onto the front end as well. Just want to have a shout out to all the people out there who have been giving us some comments and leaving reviews on iTunes. If you love what we do, if you want to see more of it, what would help us out is you guys leave some reviews, leave us some comments. If you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover, please give us a shout out. And last but not least, I just want to let you know that we're doing some really, really great recording coming up, and we're uploading some great new content to our members area, and I really want to give you guys a bit of a snapshot coming soon. So very, very shortly we'll be setting out some videos, snapshot videos of what the back end of our members area looks like. So stay tuned, and I'll see you on the flip side, guys. Have a great week.
Take care.